Hey, good morning, guys. On this gray and dreary day here at the National Cathedral, the police, you can see them over there. They've already set up a secure perimeter inside the cathedral because they're setting up for a presidential visit tomorrow. Biden and Clinton will be attending the funeral service of Madeleine Albright, Clinton's Secretary of State. So things here are already getting, well, a bit secure. But I'm not here for the cathedral. I'm here because of this. My kid forgot his computer and he's by chance in the neighborhood, so I'm gonna grab him, dump this to him before he goes to school. This purple ground cover is everywhere in Washington. It's just like the most common ground cover you see. It's pretty. So this is the Connecticut Avenue Bridge over Rock Creek. And it's got these really cool lions on both sides of the road. And then there's some on the other side as well. There's also lions like that at the zoo. Let's cross this bridge. It's pretty big. So a bit of a trigger warning for those with a bit of vertigo, but we're pretty high up, yeah? We are over Rock Creek. Over there you can see a minaret. That's the Islamic Center. And then right over in those trees, that's Barack Obama's house. You can't really see much, but that's basically where it's at. That you can see that little house there. And down below is the National Park Service, or Park Police stables. We'll go over those horses in just a minute. So that bridge over there, that's Massachusetts Avenue. You see me go down that a lot. That red roof there, that is the Brazilian ambassador's place. And the houses up behind it, well, that's where Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton have their Washington address. The vice president's place is just over the right. You can just kind of make out a dome at the National Naval Observatory. That's where the VP lives, and well, she should probably be going to work shortly, right past me. So right down here, guys, this is the Park Police training stables, and you can actually see one of the Park Police horses. He's just sort of chilling over there by the vegetation. I don't see any other horses in there. A lot of horse poo. Oh, there's one right down below us. They're just hanging out. Well, there's a deer over there. So there's that deer, but then another one popped up. See, there's one over there. I think there's probably a couple. They're little baby deers. All right, guys, good morning on a Tuesday, and it's gonna rain today. It's gonna rain all afternoon, so I'm out a little bit early. Had to run that errand for the kid, and we saw the vice president's motorcade almost get cut off by a garbage truck. Someone's gonna file a report on that. Anyway, we're on Connecticut Avenue, heading down through DuPont Circle, making our way downtown. We'll wander about, see what we can see, maybe get a cup of hot chocolate. That's not really a hot chocolate day. Maybe we'll get a croissant. Yeah, I'm not that French. Well, we'll find something to eat. A donut, yeah, a donut. So this used to be a restaurant. You can see from the seal, the czar of there. This was called Russia House. This was a Russian restaurant. You can see from those broken windows and these boarded up windows and the American flag, they've had a bit of problems lately. Yeah, they've had some protesters come out and smash the windows, even though the guy who owns it's an American. It has nothing to do with the Russian government. Russia House is kind of suffering right now because of the situation in Ukraine. The garbage truck is following me, kind of like Goodfellas helicopter. I don't know if that's the same garbage truck. Well, it's the same color, but not sure if it's the actual same one that cut off the motorcade. Let's wander over this way. I haven't been down this street in a bit. This is Rhode Island Avenue. And that's the cathedral, I think it's St. Matthew's Cathedral. It's a rather large Catholic cathedral downtown DC. It's not the National Basilica, which is the huge cathedral up in Northeast at Catholic University. But it's still pretty big sized downtown here. This is to the various orders of sisters who comforted the wounded in, I think, World War I. It's a memorial plaque. I'm not sure if St. Matthew's is open. Well, always try to see. Quite pretty. Quite pretty. Okay. Well, that was pretty. Definitely old school. European style. It's a memorial for the homeless, those who need help. Now, it still says 16th Street on the street signs, but some of the companies here have sort of bowed to pressure and changed their mailing addresses to Black Lives Matter Plaza. Like the AFL-CIO, which is here, they now say they work on Black Lives Matter Plaza. And here's the big letters that were painted during the George Floyd protest, and then they redid it to make it look a lot nicer and add a pedestrian walkway down the middle. That was just last year. Now this was paid for, and this is owned by the city. So the city controls what goes out here, not the federal government. We got quite a few spotters up on the roof right now. I don't know what they're doing. Checking out someone on the south lawn, perhaps. Big truck making its way across. Guy protesting here. I wasn't filming. Marine, the First Lady's motorcade just left. I wasn't filming. Oh well. Not much on the South Lawn. First Lady Miss Motorcade is off to Virginia. She's got a class to teach at the community college, I think. That's where she usually goes. And she'll be back this afternoon after the class. It's pretty regular. Let's go down this way, see what's new. Oh, that's why this was closed. It was closed for the First Lady's departure. And now they're opening back up. And this was the location of the Wormley Hotel that I showed you guys yesterday. The Wormley was the location of the compromise for the 1876 election. It was hammered out in the Wormley Hotel. One thing I didn't mention is that Mr. Wormley was a freeborn African American, as were his parents. He was one of the early African American businessmen who had a very successful life running the Wormley Hotel. All right. Oh, I have to ditch this bike somewhere. I didn't think about that because I think Five Guys is just up there. I feel the need for grease. It's Five Guys time. Woo! No salad today. Five Guys. Burger time. Okay guys, Five Guys is done. Completed. And we are back. Actually on the exact same bicycle that we had before we went into Five Guys. Now we're gonna like run downtown and, well, we are downtown. Let's just make our way up to, say, Capitol Hill. See what's going on. We haven't been around this part of town in about a week or so. Let's see what's new. And you know what? Let's go by the FBI and we'll go by the IRS. You guys always like to see the IRS building. But, yeah, the road is kind of closed up here. But we can get around on the sidewalk, I think. Why not? Heck, we could probably just cut through. That's what it looks like these cars have done. So no, I don't really know what's going on digging up, but I do know that this intersection's been closed to traffic. There's one big hole here, trench. Pretty obvious there's a trench. So that's nice though, this road is now all ours. This is Ford's Theater here on my left where Abraham Lincoln was shot. And over here on the right is the house where Lincoln died, Dr. Peterson's house. He was rushed across the street and he died the next day. Hey buddy, this is one way. Don't think he cares. Okay. Here is FBI headquarters where a big group of tourists is getting out. Probably not to go to FBI headquarters, probably to go to Lincoln or Hard Rock Cafe. Now you can see something interesting around the FBI building, and that's these round pots filled with, well, stone. They're called flower pots, yeah, basically. And while they look decorative or ornamental, the reality is they are security conscious. These flower pots are designed to stop car bombs, and flower pots surround many buildings in Washington, D.C., even though they're kind of ugly. So up here is FBI headquarters. This is the entrance exit for staff. See quite a bit of staff. They're checking vehicles that are going in, delivery vehicles. The gates open. It's pretty quiet. There's a guy up there walking around, but pretty quiet. Now over across the street is the IRS headquarters, Internal Revenue Service. Boo! The guys who took a huge check for me this year, which kind of annoyed the heck out of me. So we're kind of running against the light here. IRS, see, their flower pots actually have flowers. Yeah. The FBI flower pots were all stone, but the IRS, they got some pretty flowers and plants going in theirs. So this is the IRS building. This is under renovation right now. They got a fence around it. I think there's a fence around one at the other side too. Fence, and of course the sandbags I've been showing you for the last year. Pretty common down in Federal Triangle. This area that we're known as the Federal Triangle, Pennsylvania Avenue, Constitution Avenue, the Capitol, and then off to 14th Street. It makes a triangle, and as a result, all the federal buildings down here, it's just known as, thank you, it's just known as Federal Triangle. One of the lowest lying areas in the city, so when we do have flooding, this area floods pretty badly. There you can see the sandbags over those light wells. Those are actually light wells that go and let natural sunlight into the basement level of the building. Oh, let's go around this way. Well, these bushes got much higher over here. No, I don't remember these bushes being this high. So green. There you go. There's some sandbags for you. Everybody loves sandbags. I don't know why. Just sandbags. They've been here for decades. I mean, you can go onto Google and search sandbags Federal Triangle. Sandbags Federal Triangle, and you'll find hits from 10, 15 years ago even. It's just part of the environment. Problem is no one's figured out a way to come up with a nice solution that's historically, architecturally consistent and looks pretty. Well, they got quite a few big ones over here. It looks like a metro project over there. Let's go check this one out. Not gonna make that light. There's a herd of kids. So this is the William Jefferson Clinton building, the Environmental Protection Agency. They've got a lot of sandbags, but actually they're just holding a pipe in place. And I think this is a subway air vent up here. I'm not sure, but there are subway air vents because we're right above the orange and the blue line. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, it's a big grate. It looks like a metro grate. And it's all protected. Flood stop, yeah. You can actually see the name of the barriers on here. So I can bike through here. See that? Flood stop barriers. So I guess that's better than sandbags. But gives you an idea why they put these barriers up. They don't really look like they could stop a flood, but what do I know? Okay, let's spin over to the National Mall. Gotta be really careful. There's a ghost bike over there, a white bike or a ghost bike. That signifies a bicyclist was killed at this intersection. And this is a reminder to cars and cyclists that it's not exactly the safest place. 9/24/18. Rest in peace. So the aerospace renovation continues. They're just smashing the glass right out. I guess that's one way to take out the glass. Well, that was fun. I mean, they should sell the rights to do that. Smash a window with an axe. I mean, geez, I think people would love to do that. Okay, so we are at the reflecting pool, and it is reflecting. It's been flooded. It looks partially, to be honest. It doesn't look as deep as it normally is, but the water is back in the reflecting pool here at the U.S. Capitol. or it is being restored slowly. Yeah, it's definitely not as deep as it normally is. The duck ramps are still not underwater, so they got another 6 inches to a foot of water to put back into there. But it's ongoing. It's enough to let the ducks swim around for right now. We should see baby ducks pretty soon. All right, where should we go? The Senate is in session. Flags are at half-staff, however, for Senator Orrin Hatch, who passed away. The oldest, I think the longest-serving senator in history, probably. He had 7 terms, 40-some years. I don't know, 30 or 40-some years. The House is not in session at the moment. The flags are down on the House chamber over here on the right. Let's make our way up and see what's new on the other side of the U.S. Capitol today. Oh, tourist. There's a congressman addressing some students. Don't know which congressman, but that's a pretty common sight. The staff will bring a tour group out to the steps, then the congressman will show up, say a few words. Here's another interview going on. Don't know who that is. She didn't have the congressional pin. Now, members of Congress have a special lapel pin. They don't carry an ID card around their neck like the staff. No, they have a lapel pin. It goes on their suit. And the color changes every Congress. And that tells security, yeah, they're cool. To be honest, most of the Capitol Hill police have studied the faces of all 435 congressmen and 100 senators, like it's required. You know, I've seen them go through the Facebook. They have a special little book, and they literally study the book when they're sitting at a desk, and then they quiz each other on them. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Because they need to know who they are. They don't want to like stop them and say, "Can I see your ID?" or anything. But by the same token, they don't want to let just some random dude in a suit go through security.
I mean, I suppose there has
Pretty good at it. So the Supreme Court is tomorrow's the last day of this session, I think. Today there's 2 cases today. There's a big press throw over there. Yesterday was the First Amendment religious case of the high school football coach. Today there is a death penalty appeal, whether you can introduce new evidence in a death penalty appeal, and one other case that was actually kind of interesting. And now I'm kind of just blanking on what was on the Supreme Court calendar this moment. But the court meets at 10 o'clock. It's now 12 o'clock. They're done and dusted. So they've all done their reports, and they're packing up their cameras and gear, and they are on the way out of here.
Abby.
All right. Let's see which way we're going to go. Let's spin back across the street. Okay, guys. We are down. We're down at the Washington Monument. We're just riding around on this pretty day. Look at this. I mean, it was supposed to rain. It still might rain, but I'm just chilling. Hang on, I got a phone call. Okay, guys, I'm back at the White House. 15 minutes ago, the White House announced that Vice President Harris has tested positive for COVID. I'm down here to see if she's still in the building. I think she might have already headed up to her home prior to me getting here, but we'll take a look around and see what we can see. So everything is pretty calm here. Her motorcade looks like it has already left for the Naval Observatory, where she's going to be in isolation. We'll go back up that way and see if we can see anything.
How come we never noticed?
That's one of her limousines over there by the door, but the other might be in the back, unless they've taken it to decontamination somewhere. Those are the cars she used last night coming back from Marine 2, and they're now parked out here. I don't know which one of her, if her black one is out. There's a big black one over here, but I don't think that
Looks a little bit like hers.
But she usually has that thing on the roof. I wonder if they've quarantined all the vehicles out back here. So guys, that was yet another day which started out with no real plan and ended up having some newsworthy events at the end. Kamala Harris is in quarantine until at least Sunday. She's locked up in the U.S. Naval Observatory where she'll be working from home like most of the rest of government. The funeral for Madeleine Albright is tomorrow. Joe Biden and Bill Clinton will be in attendance. I'll be outside filming. So why don't you guys hit the subscribe button? You'll see more stuff from Washington, D.C. And if we don't see anything interesting, hey, we'll just be tourists. Or at least get a hot dog. All right, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.